Welcome everybody here to this channel. Welcome to Sports Talk Network. Again, this channel. Welcome to Steve's Wrestling Ramble, where I do have my wrestling show each and every week on Thursday, 7 p.m. Central or 8 p.m. Central. Start 8 p.m. Eastern or 9 p.m. Eastern. Start around that time where I talk WWE every single week. I go over Monday Night Raw, SmackDown Live, news and notes that I want to bring up, and my team members that are able to join me each week bring up. Also, yesterday I did a video about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic with my co-host on this show. And in the future, probably my co-host for other My Little Pony videos that I do here on this channel, Kyron Chase. Have that video up on my channel, obviously here. So hit the subscribe button, ring that bell, and check out that video when you can. My thoughts on My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. I went through the season abruptly 3 weeks ago. And in that video, I talk about everything that I learned from it, why I like it, and favorite episodes and stuff like that. So check out that great content there. As I always do each week, I have my Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live reviews, so I already have my thoughts on those shows. But here on the Thursdays, I get to hear my team members' thoughts on those said shows in their own rights moving forward as well. August 17, 2017 will be the prediction episode here on Steve's Wrestling Ramble. I hope that looks like I'm going to have a plethora of guests, cornucopia, whatever verb you want to use there, of guests. So I definitely might have, for sure, maybe, fingers crossed, a full house here in the Google Hangouts to talk SummerSlam 2017, which is looking to be a fair to good show, at least on paper. But it probably will blow us out of the water as SummerSlam usually does, because it's SummerSlam. WWE is going to have their game face ready. Vince McMahon's going to make sure everything's dressed, good to go, matches, stuff like that. Things being ready for, to have as little botches as possible, maybe more training or that sort of stuff for, with some of the matches, let's just say, between the talent, between the superstars, practice, so to speak, in their matches to work out any little kinks that there might be. Because, again, SummerSlam, WrestleMania, that's you got to have your shine on, so to speak, on WWE. I mean, I know it's not perfect and everything is going to be. Perfection is great to achieve, and in a way, I'm a perfectionist. But I know that in anything that I do, whether this show or this channel or anything that I do in life, I'm never going to be perfect. But striving to be that makes me better at what I do, whether it's job, relationship, YouTube channel. Also starting tomorrow and moving forward in the weeks, Kyron Chase and Mark Ramble, my main co-hosts of this podcast, are going to be doing videos on this channel, and whenever they randomly feel like it, about whatever they feel like talking about. I might give my ideas, but it's up to them what they want to pick talking about of any sport, whether it's pro wrestling or maybe something they heard about in the NBA or something that they wish to bring up, or maybe not even sports. That's up to them. Whatever they feel that they want to talk about on this channel that either they don't plan to on their own channel or might do on both channels. So however they feel is best for themselves. So definitely check out for that. That's another reason to ring the bell when their content comes out on this channel. It's going to be great because they both are great. And before I keep going on my own, as I usually do anyways when I start, I always am rambling because I am in my own way a Pinkie Pie. I'm always talking, always gums labbing and a positive free spirit. But let me welcome my co-host that is here as of right now for the night, Kyron Chase. How you doing this evening?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. It's been certainly an interesting week in WWE with the Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live. So let's start with Monday Night Raw, and I guess your thoughts, overviews, and everything in between on what you thought how you thought Raw did.
I thought Raw was okay. I like the opening segment with Kurt, Brock, and Heyman, because Heyman is, like I said before, my favorite promo guy of all time. And I love how they made the match, the Fatal 4-Way at SummerSlam, even more interesting by saying if Brock Lesnar doesn't retain the title, he's gonna leave. So that makes it a little bit more interesting. But other than that, after really like paying attention to the Raw again, the only other thing I liked other than the opening segment was the triple threat match between Reigns, Joe, and Strowman. It was a great match. All three, even though Reigns won, and you know how people are when he wins. I disagree with anyone who's outraged. I thought all three men looked good. All three of them looked strong. I kind of wish the match didn't end by pinfall though. I would have preferred Lesnar just come down there and destroy everyone, because I think that had helped a little bit more. But it was all good in the end. It was a good match. But other than that, when it comes to Raw, like I said on Tuesday, it was not that bad of a show. But everything after the triple threat match really fell flat for me. You had Elias versus Kalisto, Bayley versus Nia Jax, which Bayley got injured in, and Big Cat versus the Big Show. All three matches fell flat for me, and I really didn't care. If they had ended Raw at the triple threat, sure, I still would have had issues with it. Issues with Raw, like Bray Wyatt coming out and pretty much saying a whole lot of nothing. And then Finn Balor, when Finn Balor came out, it was actually pretty good. But that one segment shows why people are tired of and don't really care about Bray Wyatt anymore. He comes out, spits a whole lot of nothing that doesn't matter, and gets owned in his own segment. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when the heartbeat started coming over the speakers when Finn Balor and the lights started flashing, I did start to mark out, because that pretty much tells us the demon's coming back, like at SummerSlam, like I predicted. But other than that, Raw wasn't all that good for me personally. It was okay.
Okay, and I see here we have our other co-host, Palmer J. Hopefully everything is fixed over there, Palmer. And let me know how you're doing and what you thought of Monday Night Raw. Palmer? All right. Anyways, I guess then we'll move on. Like I said, I already gave my thoughts on the Raw review here on this channel. So if people want to know my thoughts, I'll go to that review as I do each and every week. So I guess we'll move on to SmackDown Live. Kyron, what are your thoughts on that show?
Like I said on Tuesday, I really did enjoy SmackDown Live. Opening match between Owens and Styles was good. Still yet to hit match of the candidate between these two. Hopefully we get that at SummerSlam. I was originally angry at the finish because, do we have to go through this finish for a second straight time? But knowing what it led to made me, not as angry about it. Knowing what it led to, Shane being announced as the guest ref for their match at SummerSlam. Fashion Files is another good segment. What else? What else did I enjoy about it? I want to. Before I get to also Gable and Rusev, I thought was a pretty good match. My only two main gripes about the show were the commercials that interrupted the matches, especially Styles and Owens, and especially Cena and Nakamura. And the women, what they did with the women on Tuesday was kind of was once again uninspired. Just another tag match, which the baby faces won, and which was I thought was But of course, mostly everyone's favorite thing about SmackDown was Cena and Nakamura. It was a really good match. I think helped Shinsuke in the long run because he looked more strong and better in this one match on the main roster than he has since he arrived on the main roster back in April. Also, the way John landed on his neck after taking a suplex from Nakamura, that really scared me for a second. I cringed like, oh my god, did he hurt? Was he hurt? Luckily, he was able to walk, so he didn't break his neck. And I love how after the match, Shinsuke, you could see him telling John, "I'm sorry," and John told him, "You don't have anything. Don't be sorry about anything." I thought the match was great, and because they ran out of time, they didn't show Baron Corbin attacking Nakamura and John putting Corbin through a table. So that means we're probably gonna get Cena versus Corbin at SummerSlam. I thought SmackDown was definitely the better of the two shows this week.
Yeah, I go that way too. SmackDown being better from top to bottom. Again, as I talked in the review of how I liked it being structured with the U.S. title rematch ending with the number one contender match. Just as simple as that idea and thinking is of me actually heading into the show, the fact that it actually went out that way and was mapped out that way, that being the bookends of the show, but starting to finish was pretty cool in its own right. Shane McMahon going to be now involved in the U.S. title match at SummerSlam as a special guest referee. kind of cool. I think it's obviously I believe it's going to set up something between, or tease it, if not automatically setting something up between him and Kevin Owens. The question is, though, if that's going to set up something there at SummerSlam, Shane screwing Kevin Owens in a way, however it goes down. What happened at a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view, SmackDown Live show, exclusive pay-per-view event, that might need a big match like that to be part of it, or will it be held off for Survivor Series or Royal Rumble or WrestleMania? Now, part of me says Survivor Series because that's the closest Big Four, but as was explained to me by Stephen A., co-host over at Talking WWE with Jay earlier today on Talking WWE with Jay Thursday laid-back episode over on that channel, that Survivor Series being what Survivor Series is, that maybe that might not be the best for that match to be happening at, even though it is a big pay-per-view, Survivor Series being of the Survivor Series style matches, and that being what is the kicker and the main thing for that pay-per-view event, that maybe it would be best and make more sense to hold off longer. And if that's the case, then nothing's going to happen at SummerSlam, meaning nothing between Kevin Owens and Shane McMahon. Heck, the entire opposite could happen, and Kevin Owens might actually win, and Shane McMahon, whether begrudgingly or not, counting 1, 2, 3, Kevin Owens wins back the title. Now, I wouldn't like that in the idea of flip-flopping the title. As much as they have back and forth between Kevin Owens and the phenomenal one AJ Styles, just like I didn't enjoy it back and forth with Charlotte Flair and Sasha Banks, and those two being one of the best. I still say Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are 1 and 2 in the women's division of WWE. But when that went back and forth in the Raw brand, in the women's title, I wasn't too keen on that either at that time, even though others thought differently, which is fine. So in this state, I'm in the same line of thinking, not wanting that to happen, but it could to just stop, like WWE in a way, kind of stop the rumors, make you think, oh, maybe we won't ever have this match. And then later on in the year of 2017 or the 2017 season, as I call it, WWE, between Raw after Mania to the next Mania, that then we'll pick up again. Then they'll have a match at Royal Rumble or hold off all the way to WrestleMania. I know I keep saying that we should I know I'm one of a few that want big things only to happen at Big Four events, but I got to remember there's other pay-per-views. Other pay-per-views need their own shine, need their own way to build up. Otherwise, there always will be those B-plus shows or even C- shows, we'll just say, that fans think that WWE don't care about, and we want WWE to care about them, have better events, other shows. I mean, if not for us, the viewing audience, totally in general, but if for anything specifically for the fan base that is watching their live at whatever event it is, I pay their hard-earned money to see it themselves, either by themselves with their family. Heck, might took someone on a date night being going to a wrestling event. You never know. But whatever, for at least them, at the very least, for all the other pay-per-view events. Again, not all events are going to be, not all events are created equal. Not all events are going to shine and pop like SummerSlam, Mania, or Royal Rumble and Money in the Bank. But I behoove World Wrestling Entertainment to, as I've seen they have in some other pay-per-views that aren't of those I said, building up those cards, making it stronger, trying to make it better. Again, if not for their overall audience in total, then for the audience that is there in attendance live at that city specifically. Just as much as I think, because I think in October, WWE is coming here to Milwaukee, Wisconsin for a SmackDown Live event. I'm sure sometime soon we'll get a pay-per-view. But point being is wherever they are, whether here in the Badger State or in Baltimore, Maryland, or New York, wherever, for whatever pay-per-view that try to hit the mark in each and every one of them. So you can say I care a little bit too much about that, but I do. I'm looking out for those that do attend the shows, that do go there to see their favorite superstars or otherwise. Just like basketball games, and especially in the NBA during the season when star players rest and all that BS stuff during the season, kind of not a good look, at least in my opinion, in that way. But anyways, I do say, and I agree, SmackDown Live did better than Monday Night Raw this week. If I had to give it a grade, SmackDown getting an A minus, SmackDown Live getting an A minus, and Monday Night Raw C plus. Give it a C plus grade. Let's, as a kind soul that I am, give Monday Night Raw a C plus grade for this week. Well, before I move on, Kyron, I'll give you a chance to rebuttal. Is there anything you want to say in response to anything that I rambled off about here?
No, it's not much I really think I want to respond to you. Of course, you saying, you heard an event comes to where you live in Milwaukee. I hope you get a chance to go to that. And next time anything comes here to Baltimore, I would love for something. I would love to go. I mean, I've been to 2 pay-per-views this year alone. I went to WrestleMania and Extreme Rules, so I doubt I'll probably go to anything this year. But you never know. Maybe a Raw SmackDown could come here to Baltimore.
Yeah, maybe. Palmer J, is everything good over there?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I forgot what you guys were saying, cause I was fixing my headphones. That was a problem. So I think you was talking about pay-per-views and live events. I've been to a Raw house show this year, but I mean, hopefully in this small town we can get a pay-per-view.
Yeah, maybe. But what were your thoughts on Monday Night Raw this week?
Monday Night Raw, it was boring. I gotta be honest with you. The Pittsburgh crowd was dead. And then I don't think no one really cared about the main event. Big Show, he's not his prime no more. Big Cass, I guess WWE trying to do something with him, but I give it a D plus.
Okay, and SmackDown Live.
SmackDown Live, it was a really good show. I have to be honest with you. The John Cena and Shinsuke Nakamura, it was a really good match. I heard Kyron on Twitter. He said that should have been a pay-per-view match, but Raw trying to get them ratings back. After that bad and terrible pay-per-view Battleground. And what I'm about to say, John Cena, he wins a lot of matches. That's what me and the rest of the hardcore fans don't like. He get all these number one contenders and all these championship wins. There's some other people on the roster, but I'm glad Shinsuke Nakamura won this match.
Yeah, certainly. That's interesting. One of the news things I want to bring up was about John Cena. I guess the original plan was to have Baron Corbin come in during the match, trying to attack Shinsuke Nakamura. Excuse me, but in the end, really helping him. Shinsuke getting the win, going over John Cena. And then setting up something between Corbin and Shinsuke that way. But John Cena piped up, gave his 2 cents, and said that that Shinsuke should defeat him clean. And if they want to do something with Baron, do it after the match. They set up a match with him and Baron Corbin for SummerSlam, which in the end was the end game for Corbin and Cena. So with that information, just wanted to see what you guys thought of that and of that bit of news. I don't know if either of you heard about that during the week, or at least after Tuesday night, of course, of the news there with John Cena and giving his 2 cents. And usually when John Cena talks, we will listen more than other talents, which is what it is. I see it less favoritism than is just, where he is as a veteran in WWE in general. So if you call that favoritism, then fine. But to me, I don't see it actually in that way, or in any definition of favoritism in any way to me. But either way, I thought that was kind of interesting. I wanted to bring it to the table, so to speak. I'll bring it to the table here and hear your guys' thoughts on that piece of news. So what are your thoughts on that? John Cena giving his thoughts and actually changing it to what some of the WWE universe thinking was an actual better idea, and the way it played out looked like it was just worked out just fine and dandy. Karen?
Yeah, I'm in the camp and that says that was smart to change it, because either way Nakamura was winning. But I'd rather have Nakamura beat Cena cleanly, because he looks more of an established guy by beating John Cena in the middle ring 1, 2, 3 cleanly, than Baron Corbin trying to attack him and accidentally attack Cena and he won because of that. That just makes him look more lucky and doesn't make him look as strong going into a title match, whether you think he's going to win or not. But, winning a no one contenders match cleanly alone can make you look stronger when you're going to face the champion. But when you're pinning John Cena in the middle of the ring cleanly in a no one contenders match, that just makes you look even better. So I'm glad they changed it from the original plan, because this just helps Nakamura in the long run.
Palmer J, your thoughts on the news?
I'm sorry about that, but can you ask the question again?
Well, the question was your thoughts on the news, and the news being about John Cena giving his 2 cents on an idea that was floated to him for the finish of the number 1 contender match, and their idea being of having Baron Corbin interfere during the match to set up a Cena Corbin match at SummerSlam, and having Nakamura win because of that. And then Cena piped up to change it and saying that Nakamura should just beat him clean, and if they want to do something with Corbin attacking and anything to set up a match with him, with Cena, do it after the match. And then that's obviously what happened when the show went live. So I just want to hear your thoughts on that news and of Cena giving his thoughts and things being changed.
Yeah, I like the plan on what they did on Tuesday Night SmackDown. I like the other plan better than John Cena's plan, because like, I really like how WWE book it, where Baron Corbin attacks Shinsuke Nakamura, and then John Cena, as a baby face, he respect other baby faces, so he have to go and attack Baron Corbin. But like you were saying, his but this feud, it won't be like long. It's gonna be like very short, probably until like maybe Hell in a Cell, which is a SmackDown pay-per-view this year. So this feud really won't impress a lot of wrestling fans.
Well, I don't know about that. Either way, I think it's certainly going to be interesting. We see at SummerSlam, but hey, each his own there. I'm trying to see here other news and notes.
I kind of just respond to Palmer real quick.
Go ahead.
He said how he doesn't think this feud will impress wrestling fans. Be honest with me. What nowadays impresses wrestling fans completely that no one will complain about? So no matter what happens, someone's gonna complain. So that really, I gotta agree and disagree with that, because in this day and age, you can see the best match, but there'll always be at least one person that has something to say. So that doesn't matter, because most wrestler fans, and I understand everybody, there's those who are just unpleasable. So I don't think, I think that no matter how good the match might be, no one's gonna 100% accept it.
True. Next piece of news being about Bayley, about her injury. At first I thought it was kayfabe. I didn't think it was real, and I guess the reports coming out is that it was. Supposed to have an MRI. I haven't heard anything, or at least I haven't heard anything or seen anything or read anything about the results of that. So will she miss SummerSlam? Will she not? Will Sasha take over and be the new number 1 contender? Will it be a triple threat? What the heck's going on? Or will they just have all the women of the Raw brand in a match for the title, and Bayley left out because, well, she's injured? So instead of getting a one-on-one match, she won't be on the show, and then WWE will just have to scramble and just put all the women on the show in a match because they can. But I don't know what exactly they're going to do. If this is legit, if she is out for more than 2 months, if she's out for more than 3 weeks. So what are you guys' thoughts on the Bayley injury situation? Do you think she's going to miss SummerSlam? And if Bayley misses SummerSlam, what do you think the plans could be for the card for the Raw Women's Division and for the Raw Women's Championship match? Who is, excuse me, who Alexa Bliss should be facing then at SummerSlam? Karen?
First off, I hope she doesn't miss SummerSlam. I hope the injury isn't too severe. We can all only hope for the best that it's not that severe injury. But in case it is, I think what they'll do is Sasha will become number one contender, and they can go off the storyline I originally proposed of she can't win the big one, especially because she lost the number one contenders match. And Alexa's main gripe will be, if you couldn't beat Bayley in the number one contenders match on Raw, what makes you think you can take the title from me at SummerSlam? And that should lead to Sasha winning the title if Bayley can't wrestle at SummerSlam. And when Bayley comes back, if they decide to turn her heel or put her against Sasha in general, you got a good storyline of I beat you in the contenders match, and you want to win the title while I was injured. So you can have, if Bayley can't come back, if Bayley can't wrestle at SummerSlam, I think that's two good storylines you can get off of her injury. Once again, I hope she's not seriously injured. I hope she still can compete. But if that's how I think you can make the best out of a bad situation.
Okay. Palmer J?
Yeah, Bailey injury, she might have to miss out on 2 or 3 months. But I mean, if it's really serious, then like Kyron said, I would replace her with Sasha, and then maybe they can have I don't know, maybe a tables match at SummerSlam, and then Bailey come back at 3 more months, and then maybe she can turn heel, turn her back on Sasha.
Okay. Yeah, could. I mean, part of me wants to, you guys know how I like to have multi-superstar matches, so I wouldn't mind having the whole Raw Women's Division, minus Bayley, obviously, in a match for the Raw Women's Championship. Maybe then you actually have Nia Jax winning, showing her being dominant as she should be, the brute force that she is, monster. And that way, having her win the title at SummerSlam, maybe it might not feel as grandiose as winning it one-on-one, but even winning it in a multi-women match, and even in that caliber, still winning at SummerSlam. Your moment is at SummerSlam. Big moment there for you, as it would be for any superstar, one-on-one or otherwise, the match being you're still winning a championship and you're winning it at SummerSlam. Whatever, and the place where it could be on the card, too, could be significant as well. But I guess we'll obviously see when we get to August 20th on that date of when the Raw Women's Championship match will be. But I do hope that it at least is triple threat. At the very least, I hope it's triple threat. But if it is in the end one-on-one, simply Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks, because maybe on Raw, because they have to, because of the injury, Kurt Angle has to announce that Bayley's not going to be able to compete, or they even try to tease it more of, will she be there, won't she be there? And Kurt Angle saying that Bayley's injured. If she can't make it to SummerSlam, I have a replacement for her then. I don't know about that. In a way, it's kind of cool because maybe then you still get the Sasha Banks Alexa one-on-one and have that more of a surprise, even though most of us might be predicting that. But still, to the casual audience, we'll just say, younger audience, it'll be a surprise of it being Sasha Banks coming out there to face one-on-one, or it could be or as we always say, an opportunity for an NXT call-up to be in a title match or otherwise. But the only reason I don't like that idea, as I actually said it while I was saying it, the only reason I don't like that idea of Kurt Angle announcing that Bayley, if she can't, be there for at the time of the match at SummerSlam, my replacement, yada yada, then really, how are we gonna find out how you determine who this replacement is? Right, we're not having a one-on-one number one contender match like I would think it's gonna go next week on Raw, or having another gauntlet match. Maybe they'll do it, second time. Gauntlet match and it being on Raw for number one contendership for the Raw Women's Championship. So him just picking out of a hat, yeah, I guess in the way that works in explaining of getting to a Sasha Banks Alexa match and still making the people think making the fans think that, oh, maybe Bailey will be there because he hasn't, or in the storyline, they haven't ruled her out entirely, and sure, maybe even WWE the same. So they're dangling that carrot in front of us in a way too. In a way of maybe they, obviously WWE's going to know if she's going to be out or not. They're on top of stuff, stuff like that, quick, fast, in a hurry, because that's the business and that's their job pretty much. Health and safety, well-being of their superstars and their talent, and making sure that they are ready to go, and they say they're ready to go, and the doctors say that they're ready to go, then they're ready to go, and they have them on the show. So WWE will know, quick, fast, in a hurry. So what they could do is, if they do it that way of critical announcing there's going to be someone and taking her place, we get to SummerSlam, we get to August 20th, and maybe, just maybe, even though she's being Blue Brand, but whatever, Nikki Bella coming back, or maybe not Nikki Bella. We have Sasha Banks coming out, and we have what seemed to be Alexa Bliss, Sasha Banks one-on-one, and before the bell rings, they're both introduced, yada yada. We go through all that fun stuff, or whatever, and then Bailey comes out, her music plays, and even Sasha's surprised, and then she has that surprise look, and then happy look, because she's a face at the time, and Bailey's friend, and stuff like that. Just that moment to me, actually would kind of be cool if that is how it goes. Like something like that you can play with, if in fact Bailey's fine and nothing serious, just out for the couple weeks heading into SummerSlam. Like, she won't be on the shows, obviously, moving forward at all, even for backstage promos. Let her rest, recuperate at home. So that's, I don't know, a couple ways, and my ideas are floating about the way I think they could do for Bailey and for this Raw Women's Division for SummerSlam. It's obviously going to be interesting and see how it all goes down. I was trying to see here another news item. See one here about Ronda Rousey in WWE. Yeah, if anything, it's here at WrestleMania. SummerSlam, another big show, but I don't be a little too late to try of having her come in for that. But besides that, that's pretty much it for the outside news and notes to talk about. Again, like I said, we're going to have a big bash on the 17th for the SummerSlam prediction episode. So, yes, I know we still have these regular shows, but when we get to the 17th, trust me, we'll be ready and willing. It'll be a fun time, and we'll be talking SummerSlam and other things. And hopefully at that time, I think other things are going on right now with Mark Ramble, having him back on the show for the prediction, and then moving forward from there. So that'd be nice to see him back again. Plus, all of the guests that we will be having on. We're talking with some of them that might actually be doing promotional stuff for it, meaning on their own channels, promoting their appearance here on Steve's Wrestling Ramble. So I will probably share those videos in our Twitter communications as we have there with our group, and then go from there. So I'm sure there's not much else for Karen and Parliament J. So if there is, let me know. If not, promote your social medias where they can find you on YouTube and otherwise. Palmer J.
Okay, follow me at Supreme Palmer on Twitter, and follow me at Palmer Got Trophies. Next month is football month, so the Panthers are back. So I will make videos about them. So yeah, subscribe to my channel.
That's Carolina Panthers. We got the Baltimore Ravens, Green Bay Packers here for me, and Palmer J's Carolina Panthers. So 3 of the NFL. And my NFL podcast will be returning in late this month, talking Packers with Steve. Yes, it is entirely talking about the Packers, but I do talk about all 32. So anybody representing another team is welcome to join the show, especially if my team is facing your team in one of the 16 weeks, or 16 games of the season. But to Kyron Chase, welcome to let people know where they can find you online and otherwise.
First off, Steve, since you said what you just said, I might show up on that on the Talking Packers episode because your Packers play my Ravens later this year. But find me on my social media, Splash Bro Kyron, Twitter, Instagram, Splash Bro _Kyron, DeviantArt and Tumblr's Kyron Chase, YouTube Kyron Chase, the K and C capitalized. On my channel, I cover wrestling, Sonic the Hedgehog, and My Little Pony Friendship Magic, and that's about it for me.
Yes, and yeah, definitely. We're talking to Kyron. Like I said, we'll probably be doing other videos either over on his channel or my channel about My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, and then when the NFL season hits and they're running, along with my, I think it's eight to 10 fantasy football leagues I'm in. I manage 2 of them, but in the other ones that I do on NFL and ESPN websites, I'll be knee deep in the NFL along with my NFL podcast and have Kyron on for that when it's Ravens week here in Wisconsin and Packers week there in Baltimore. Of course, obviously, have him on there. Maybe even have him in the August episode, late August, in the first Big Bash with the first episode, because I have other great guests for that, just like I do for the SummerSlam prediction episode for that one. Differences for my NFL one, I don't think it'll be close to a full house, but I'll have a good amount of guests there with my NFL friends that I have here on YouTube. So I have my networking in all different branches. Now I have it with a little bit with talking My Little Pony, Star Versus, Pro Wrestling, and NFL. So for that NFL show, I'll be doing all 32 teams, giving my predictions for their records. And it'd be nice to have representatives of all 32 teams giving their thoughts and their, oh my gosh, reactions to when I give their record or my prediction of their team's record. I'm sure some of them will be like, you crazy, Steve, with some of my picks there. But anyways, thanks to everybody watching live. Welcome to follow me on Twitter at WW_podcast. Also, don't forget Instagram. That's a popular thing. And what I heard from some people that I know that are younger or some that are still in high school, like my cousins, that Instagram is actually becoming more popular than Facebook, I guess, at least to them. So you can find me on Instagram is what I'm meaning. StevieK_06. Again, that is StevieK_06 there on the Instagram. Again, also on Twitter at W_podcast. Welcome to share any of your thoughts on our thoughts in the comment section below when this video is posted. But again, as always, take care.
Peace out.